Yo, but what's up, man? Take off, take off.
Oh, there's something on Instagram. Oh shit. What's this? Oh, let me take that off. I was gonna share my screen, so it looked a little. Oh, I don't know if you want to have us on the side, just so that you can keep track of what things look like. So give me a second. I'm gonna. Well, what's
Come
up,
on, sir.
man? No, if you want to see like your camera, cause I'll, when we're in front of each other, you can see.
Oh, I
Yeah, you
mean,
know what I'm saying. For
nah,
for
I got it on
reference.
the regular Zoom
Yeah.
shit. I'm fine. Thank you, thank you. And I'm trying to utilize my phone more. Where I got some stuff that I seen that I want to just share with you.
Yeah.
We
Oh
can call
man.
this the unscripted. The
Well, you
manuscript,
know
the
what's funny?
unscripted.
You what do you call it? When we were starting, you said we should call it. Oh, we just gotta work. What was it? What was it? We just gotta get to
Man,
work, man.
I forgot, bro. I remember. If you remember,
Uh.
I forgot.
Well, I did name it. Some people will just want to watch the world burn.
Oh, oh,
Uh.
oh. You know what? That's fitting, bro. That's fitting. I'm kind of curious. I want to tap into that with you. But first, how you doing? We live?
Yeah, yeah, we definitely
What's up,
live. We should
world?
be
Love to
live. We
y'all.
should
Love
be
to
live.
y'all.
We should be live one more time.
Love to y'all. The aliens in the building. Rob Hegan, my boy.
Uh,
Ah, love to
so
y'all.
yeah, it was honestly awful. Like just um, what's been on my mind and just yeah. Well, I just got off. I'm looking through stuff and so this morning I just found out that there's another Category 5 storm like
In
headed
Florida,
towards
right?
Florida again.
Yes,
Now
sir.
the west coast of Florida.
God bless
Um,
him.
and it's just then there was like a meteorologist, a clip actually. I don't know if I could just show it actually. Let me see. I just came across this clip. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna play. If I find it, I guess it might be relevant. But it was a meteorologist where they were talking about just the seriousness of this potential storm and just the tragedy of the fact that Florida just was literally hit by a massive storm. I was, so my routine now these days have been going back to like just paying attention to the news. So when I
For
get up in the
sure.
morning, like even while I'm getting dressed, I honestly cycle. It is mainstream news, so it's nothing like crazy. It's
I
obviously
understand.
most of it to me is propaganda, but I just see whatever what's on anyway. And so one of the things that was covered this morning was the hurricane, this new one. I forgot the name of it already. Um,
Milton,
Milton.
which is
Uh,
such a nerdy name.
well, what's interesting is that doesn't it follow the alphabet? So they were up to
Helene,
Helene, and that's H
Helen,
L.
Helene.
So there's an L.
No, but that's Hijk. Don't act like you don't know the alphabet.
There you go. I forgot. Sorry. So either way, before M is L. So I'm like, what was L?
M
And then what
N
was what was I? What was J? What was K?
Irene,
But Irene, that
Katrina,
was last year. No, 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 no. But it's this year, bro.
but they
What?
do it in order
Yeah, when hurricanes happen
always.
during the season. Yeah, yeah.
So that's like way too
So
alphabetical
I
for me. As like
believe
there's
there's
something I don't
multiple.
want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I want. I believe there's multiple.
They got that shit real structurally in order.
Hey man, I believe there's multiple. Hurricanes happening at once, bro. It's just the ones we're hearing
Oh,
about is
understand.
as
It's
these
tough,
major
bro.
ones, especially the ones that hit the United States. And there's the
That's
ones that
tough.
formulate and they just don't hit landfall, but they occur overseas.
Understand. Yeah, this one
Um,
started in the Pacific, right?
yeah. And they just travel, which is just man, the whole process of it all, man, is
The-
just
Yeah.
you know thinking about how that just happens. Um, yeah, man, it's so. I think there's like current storms going on that, and they're named, IJKL, and then Milton is a strong one because I believe of its direction as well. And
Right.
so it was sad this morning they were playing the news clip of folks in Florida with their stuff still out on the street, and so they're like, "Yo, there's a storm. Give me 1 second."
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say, love to those people, man.
Uh,
Like, I don't know too much of the story except for this.
um,
Today it went from 4 to 5 category, and I have family in Florida. I know it's hitting along Tampa. Um,
yeah, my cousin said it's raining out in Miami.
yeah,
And so yeah, bro, it's just sad to think. I'm like, that is kind of intense, to think about the people that have their stuff out, and they showed clips of like all this stuff out on the street, like they went through it, like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you see, bureaus and beds and just luggage and debris and stuff out in the street because of the everything got washed away.
yeah.
And so I was like, you're telling me that something's just gonna come and then wash all this stuff away? Because in some spots they're talking about surges that are hitting 8 to 12 feet. So you know what I mean? That's we're talking about all that stuff. It might get just washed away, and it was just it's just. And then what just blew my mind was just I was like, wait, the folks that they're covering and they're interviewing when they were really talking about the stuff they're losing, they're mentioning like a lot of homes, bro. They were interviewing folks who were like, oh yeah, man. So my 2 hotels got destroyed. Oh, this family's lost their home, and they also lost their 6 properties that they own along the. I'm like, so they own 6. So they like own 6 homes plus the one they live in. So that's 7 homes.
Yeah, the media is not covering things pretty well, right? That's the idea you're trying to say. Because
Well,
I also saw somebody getting mad at reporter where I don't know if you saw this clip. It was a black woman with her 2 children,
mm,
and the woman. Did you see that?
no,
She
no,
was
no.
being
'Cause I was watching
interviewed.
like I think I was watching like ABC News this morning.
She was
Yeah,
being interviewed, and she seemed to be at a shelter at the moment.
yeah,
And I just loved how she was just being pretty honest of like you're he. First of all, I just was like, I don't even know how that moment goes because you're not like she really stood there, and I guess I guess the reporters, it is like how they put it in the shows where like
hmm,
you're in your moment, and right now just a couple cameras and thing, and a person comes up to you and just you're just like, huh? And it's like, hi,
hmm,
how you doing? ABC News. My name is Amy, and I just wanted to ask you a question. I see you with your children, and it was that kind of thing, and she's just like. You over here asking me questions, like she was just upset. Like I lost everything. I'm with my children. I don't know what's gonna happen. And you wanna, and it was like, why are you asking me any questions for your job? Why are you not helping? Like, I
yeah,
don't know what's gonna happen. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And
yeah.
that's just where we are in society. Like,
Um,
if a tragedy happens, the first thing I'm not gonna do is pull out my phone to record. I'm gonna think, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? Am I safe? Are they safe? Is there anything I can do to and remain safe and help people be safe? And then
yeah.
if I'm not to be here, and then the idea of recording, if there's nothing I can do, then recording and actually getting footage is important, yes. But the fact that everyone does that now, that no one has the wherewithal to actually use their brain, their mouth, their hands, to do anything um, productive at that, because sometimes people
Um,
try to do things and they just force the issue. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
no, I didn't see that one, man. But listen. So that makes me think of now the folks that don't have 6 homes,
yeah,
seven
that woman was at
homes,
a shelter with her 2 children. She did not have homes. No.
and for every shelter to get washed away. So now you don't know where to go. And then no one's probably telling her where to go. No one's probably hitting her up because if she got that shelter through a nonprofit organization and that nonprofit organization also got hit hard by the storm, like are there any workers reporting to the office to then pick up her phone calls when she's calling like, yo, so the shelter y'all sent me to is now flooded, like, so where else can I go? Like, are they picking up the phone?
Right.
Right now? And to answer her that question, like,
And at least if that person could have had that information, you feel me, to actually give them, instead of just
do they
asking
even
me
have a
questions. I
phone?
ain't no fucking
Yeah.
celebrity. Like,
Yeah.
fucking me.
Yeah, that's it's really sad, and we just accept it. I think. So that's why I think again important that to even just talk about and raise awareness on just, and that's even a small thing that folks could just be aware on, and then of course figure out what they can do, where they can do, how they can do it, wherever they can. I mean, I know I've already donated. I've looked for how I can send stuff, man, because I think folks just need things. I saw, some story about some people that were getting some pilots and stuff that were flying stuff over to the folks out there. Um, and yeah, it's just it's terrible, man, to think that there's things that there's money. If it's a matter of money, there's money that exists in this world, and especially here in this country, that can fix that problem that we're having. There's If it's a matter of money, there's enough money here again
Oh,
that
buddy.
Americans have, that if they were to just give up their pockets, like we could this everyone will have something by December. Homes will be built again. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like homes will be built, uh, and stuff. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive, but
No, brother. Listen, did you not see how, like, just off of they do call it Hurricane Helene, that what happened in North Carolina,
mm,
that they
mm,
were sending payments of $750. Did you hear about that?
no, no, no. What about that?
uh,
Nah, that sounds what?
that shit had me like, and then I love that somebody took to Twitter and started putting it in categories like, so 1.3 million to Ukraine military aid, one something something million to something military aid, $750, part federal financial assistance. Okay, and Kamala Harris, actually went there and said that, and I'm like, yo, y'all don't, man, like, rich people, like, stop acting like we stupid, like, you know what I mean, like, even coming out of your mouth for something so drastic, $750,
Mm,
like, you're saying dollars, like, I'm hearing billions and billions for this, like, really, literally billions to Ukraine, and your own people is like, we're sending them $750. It's like, boy, that's just what that at most is gonna get my kids maybe something,
mm.
but I'm not surviving off of that. The parents gonna die. God forbid. You didn't hear about that? Oh nah.
Nah, but
Kamala
that's
Kamala
just.
Harris was like saying that shit on press, like it was something commendable. I'm just like, that's embarrassing. I cannot believe that they're actually saying that.
Oh man.
Emergency
That's
assistance.
and then again, is that
Second.
I don't know if that if enough folks are tapped into just that. Just even logically, how can you even make sense of that? Like the dollars are right in front of you, and how could you even make sense of where they're going, and then
Man,
wonder? Um,
not even trying to. They're not even trying to. This is my the off topic, but this is the main reason why I just encourage people. I've been doing it a lot more since I've been feeling healthier. Like, we're in the final stretch. We got about 2 weeks before we start putting in our votes. I just inquire people to just look at there are literally, if you go and you research who's running for president, you're not just gonna see those two faces.
mm,
You're gonna see three other people. One Jill Stein, the other Cornel West, and I forgot the other person. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
But it's not just those people. Now I
mm,
understand the conversation about who's gonna win and all that, but that's not what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Not if that was the case, then we're only talking about NBA champions. We're not talking about playoffs. We're not talking about play-ins. We're not talking about anything. Nobody cares about season. I'm talking about everything.
mm.
And these things matter, man.
Yeah.
I,
Well,
I was like,
mm,
I'm not really happy about that at all. But
yeah.
I care about the people, bro. God
Well,
bless
we're
them. I hope
talking.
that their
Yeah.
families are with them. At least
Yeah.
helping them out
Well, I
because
was just
no one's
looking now. I
alone.
was wondering. I was like, quick search again, just because it's good practice, man. So, to just see what to do, where we can
Right,
again,
right, right,
and
right.
any small thing counts. But I think as with enough effort, I mean, we're still in America, so anything that happens in Florida does affect us here in New York, whether we like to believe it or not. Chicago, Detroit, you know, whatever city you name it, I think, or even not just cities, but even if you're from just small towns here, I mean, we all we operate as one country, even though it doesn't feel like it. Um, I don't like to use the word feeling. Even though I don't know that we all believe that we are one country, I should say that because every state kind of moves to their own accord, and
Mm.
every states do literally have their own states laws that they follow that are different from other states, and So,
Mm,
um, but yeah, there's just so funny enough, going full circle, bring it back
right.
to the title, right? Because we're talking about that there's folks out here that really have power and influence that can do something about these issues, and they don't decide. So then it's like, damn. So do you really just want to watch the world burn, huh? It's like, because you know. Anyway,
It's less. It's less.
but I
Sometimes
do,
it's less
but I
that.
do like
So
yours. You said we got to get to work. Something like that about getting to work, because that's another
yeah,
thing, man. Uh, no
yeah. I
matter
had a few. I had a few
no
title ideas
matter
because it was a lot,
no
man.
matter what goes on, no matter what.
First of all, hold on. I want to get lost in the shit. How are you feeling?
Oh
Because
yeah, let
yeah,
me
I get
pull up the
you
new.
said
Sorry,
feelings,
sorry.
and
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
yeah,
shit, we haven't even tapped into feelings
yeah,
because
yeah.
we're feeling a
Start. Yeah,
lot.
yeah. Oof. Let me. I'm gonna pull it up in a second.
I know for sure. I was looking at it right now. I'm not feeling bad, but I am sleepy,
Hmm.
and it is in the green. I am very optimistic, so there's a little happiness right there. Um, love to everybody watching. We weren't available. Well, I wasn't available last week. Send love to my brother ALBYBEATZ for
No,
holding
no,
it down
no.
and not joining y'all and just being a part of the community once, but twice within the week. He was able to tap in and just be available for y'all
Mm. No, listen.
through
I
another
was still
way that we
sick. Yeah,
stream.
yeah. I was still
And
sick.
yeah, and that was real
And
dope.
we
Like
were
for me
both.
to be able to do that. I
That was
learned a
pretty
lot about
unfortunate.
myself. When
Mm.
I'm sick, man,
That was
I'm
unfortunate. We were both, but we were both under the weather, bro. It was really bad timing. Honestly, it
yeah,
was
yeah,
really bad
yeah.
timing. Cause yes, last week Monday, which is again intensely, is how these days, how they pass by. Um,
Right, 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 right.
but I hit you up that day. I was like, it was because I was holding on, thinking I could do it, and then I was like, nah, man. Once I got in, it was like, nah, I'm coughing now. I felt funny. My throat hurt. Yeah, man. I was sick. That I was pretty bad. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I think Thursday I started feeling better. I even went to work even though I didn't feel good on Wednesday, but I did it. Oh, I had Thursday. I didn't. It was a holidays, so that allowed me to rest. That helped.
Oh, amen.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
But I'm still. I wouldn't say I'm 100%. I'm maybe 85.
That's
Eight.
actually pretty accurate because I told your little brother that I was at like 70, and you got sick first, so it makes sense. That's crazy, bro. More power to you, man.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's different, and I definitely learned that I'm just a guy. If I'm sick, I'm just not. I just don't have the engine in me, bro. I couldn't even tune into DJ RBI's TikToks, his lives. For some reason, I realized like music. It was just like it was irritating me, yo. That was
Yeah.
crazy. Like I usually like the vibe, but when I'm over here sick, I was just like, man, just all right. I'm just gonna mute it, and I'll just be, you know, one of the viewers there. Um, but man, bro, I just couldn't do anything. There's a good, there's a good and bad where I realized that I didn't want to even eat, uh, for obvious reasons, being sick. But that also taught me. Um, I just learned a lot about my body. I could feel my body flushing things out and cleaning itself. Started eating raw lemons, like straight up. Look, bro, shit, right here is becoming a thing. It's actually pretty nice. But take a little bite right now. It's really good,
Okay.
bro. Nah, yeah, it changed my whole day. Like it was interesting the sickness that this just like came upon me, and I was just taking it raw dogging it. Some people say I didn't do any medication until recently.
Yeah,
Uh,
we definitely have to get rest, man. I think that is
yeah,
undefeated as much as possible. I'm talking like I get rest. I still don't get enough rest, I think, but uh,
that is major
yeah,
key,
yeah,
major key, major
I
key,
think that helps a lot. You know,
major key, major key.
I think that helps a lot tremendously. So getting some rest. Yeah, definitely. I think herbs and medicine does help. At least with the soreness, body aches and stuff. So yeah, man. Keep hopefully. Well, We don't have to go on for too long. Allow you to get some rest. I know we both have to get up pretty early
Yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah.
So
I think we could do the normal hour, hour and
yeah,
hour 30. Just
yeah,
tap in really
yeah,
quickly. Just wanted to send love to the people. Sorry
uh,
that we weren't available, but love to you, bro. I just love being able to see that you were on with the
yeah,
1 year Resident Evil. I
yeah,
believe there was what was it the other
yeah.
one you did? You played
Uh,
another.
oh, I did the Grand Theft Auto one. Yeah,
I saw. I was like,
yeah.
oh, he got back on again. That's fine.
Uh,
Like, in the next week, and it was just nice to see things keep going and just
mm,
tapping in
mm,
because just I just know I could see that people appreciate it and they actually tune in.
mm,
So love to that.
uh,
But we here now. I'm feeling a little better, and but I definitely learned that with myself. And then no shame. I was just like, okay, when I'm sick, I don't want to do anything. Okay, noted, noted.
yeah.
Because when I used to get sick, I don't know how I did it, but I do know I used to take a lot more medications that I just don't want to do anymore. So um, that's the big difference. And so I did peep that, where it's like I do see the conditioning of America and just the world of like you got to work, so you
Mm-hmm.
got to take medication. Like the system doesn't allow your body enough time to heal itself in any aspect. Because I remember when I needed some mental healing, I had to work, and like I don't want to say thank God for COVID, but the pandemic really came like 2 months during a moment, and I was just like, whoa, that's weird. I really didn't want to work this job anymore, and I'm actually having this time to, you know, reflect. It was just wild. So, love to anybody who's going through that. I pray that what I'm saying, you get some time to yourself and you get to heal, and yeah. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, cool.
Did you pull up the wheel to see how you were
Oh,
feeling?
yeah, yeah. I was saving it. I did save it. Let me go here. Cause I got stole. We're like talking now. I'm like, oh, uh,
Look, it's all good.
let me go back.
That's my
Yeah, no, I
ADHD.
mean, listen, it it, it reminds me, man, of the fact that like again, we still gotta. There's a lot of generational um beliefs and curses, if you will, that I think for us also, especially as men, need to continue to let go of. Especially this idea that we gotta keep working even through pain and through sickness. Um, it's not good for us, man. It's not good for us. I don't know no other way to put it.
Right.
It's clearly have led to just stuff, premature death. I mean, honestly, uh, shit, one of my mother's cousins died actually recent. Well,
Mm.
no, one of her second cousins, like a cousin's brother, died, but like they're not direct cousins because they're from another parent. Um,
Oh, okay. Second, third, something like that. Cousins, man, God bless them, bro. How old were
yeah,
they?
57.
Young.
Yeah,
Well,
and
what? Wow. Recently,
cardiac
like
arrest,
cardiac arrest.
which is with the heart, which is
Yeah, yeah,
probably a
yeah.
lot of stress, which is probably, so it's like that's young to be stressed out as men. And uh it, it
57. I would have
come on,
by
heart
57. I
problem.
do not want to stress. I'm stressing now. I got cardiac arrest now. Like 57 for
No,
me
hey,
is
I'll
hard. I
send
want
you.
to be
Look, I was
bored.
gonna send you this article. I forgot I bumped into it, bro.
Oh my gosh. I
It's
pray to
it's
be
titled "The
happy,
Alarming
but
Rise of Super Fit Slim Young People Suffering Heart Attacks."
oh shit. That sounds exactly.
Roughly 1 in 200 uh,
Oh shit.
Americans aged between 18 and 44 had a heart attack.
So now, see, yeah, they just never let you chill. Over here from the Bronx, we're like, hey, we're past our 30s, we live. Now it's like, oh shit, 44 is the new. And once I get now, I gotta get past 44 to be like, phew,
Not even because it still get dangerous from there, and that's been
yeah, this is
is
terrible.
just becoming a
This is
problem.
why I
But
understand why we don't look at these things
it's yeah, bro.
as
It's a
competitive.
problem, as men, and it's like I don't know. I'm familiar with him, and I remember meeting this person. Um, uh, and it's it's just tough, man, to think. Like it just made me think. The story even I heard. about like what was going on with this person. Again, it's hearsay because it's like stuff I'm hearing from my family. Like, oh, this is what so and so told me about his last day and what happened and what could have contributed to his death. And it's like, long story short, it had to do with like he was stressing over stuff that is tied to protection. Is tied
Mm.
to I think,
Like security.
tied to stuff that I think men in the box deal with.
Oh,
You know.
man, I knew you were going there for a little bit.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So it's just, but again, this is stuff that people are saying. So I don't know. The only way I could know is if I talked to his brother who was there with him. Um, but yeah, and even so, it's just unfortunate to me because then it's again not only that, knowing how much stress is on our hearts and how much we can no longer handle it anymore. And that's probably been there to be honest, because I'm curious about how many people probably already died as young as like 18 or 19 from a heart attack, and it probably wasn't reported as such. I mean, Bronny most recently
Oh,
famously had an issue with his heart.
you're right, actually.
Um,
Man, God bless him. Well, that's another one, man. Love to that family right there. They finally started
so
NBA preseason.
right, which is amazing, right?
Yeah,
That's a shout out. Honestly, that's amazing, man.
yeah.
That's amazing. I remember I
He's
remember
next in the GOAT.
Braun being drafted, cause
Yeah.
and now to see that his son got drafted, it's just amazing, man. To be
And
honest.
yo, he's playing, yo. He scored like
Cause
19
I
points.
was I was grown. I mean, I was alive when Jordan was playing and at his height, but I wasn't really watching basketball aside from
Right,
the highlights
same,
of Jordan.
same.
So I really started watching basketball Kobe era, Duncan era,
Right, Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson. Yeah,
I know
so
for sure
so
the
I would
the the
so really around
Pistons.
2003, 2004 when LeBron was drafted and he was a rookie. So
Yeah,
right
yeah,
when
yeah,
he was
yeah.
a rookie was around the time I started watching more basketball. I remember reading about him in the papers about being the chosen one, the next up, the next Michael Jordan.
Mm,
And I remember going into high school, the debates, and now to see that his son is playing with him, and he's the first player in history to play with his son.
yeah, yeah,
And then not only that, share the court with him
yeah.
because they're not even playing on separate teams. He's just gonna
Oof,
that's
chills.
I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan wanted to do that, but his sons didn't turn out to be, I guess, good enough, or maybe not as or maybe Michael
Listen,
Jordan wasn't as influential.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna put it on Mike because I hear a lot of stuff about Mike with his sneakers and what he
Mm,
doesn't do for people and about
mm,
it's a lot about Mike. Yeah, I
mm.
mean, it's a lot about
So
Mike,
it's
and
no
I'm gonna put it on him.
coincidence. There's
I'm
no
gonna do it with
coincidence.
with the parents, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
as a
LeBron knew for a
father.
long time he invested and he knew even if it didn't have to be that his son was playing alongside of him, he created the basketball little leagues. Like what's the thing called? The team that his son was playing with,
Mm,
Strive for
mm,
Greatness. SFG, like he was making the names for the
right.
teams and creating these leagues. The same thing that Melo's doing for Cayenne. So you don't gotta be Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Even Carmelo Anthony's doing it. So it's really about your dedication to your children
The
and
children, yeah.
on topic with the people just want to watch the world burn. I really think a lot of men just be watching shit burn. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men don't think, you know what I'm saying, to go and grab a pail of water, go grab the bucket, get some water, and do the simple thing to go and just throw some water on a fire and just diffuse the situation. That's been on my mind a lot of seeing a lot of broken families on the news. You know what I'm saying?
Oof,
BDG and
yeah.
Haley Bailey just have a child and they're broken up, and it's like, why take to the no judgment. I don't know the relationship at all. The separation is probably beneficial because sometimes it is.
It is, yeah, yeah.
My
Sometimes.
question is, why do we, and I'm guilty too, because I've gone through breakups where I get emotional and I go and I want to express myself to the people who are watching me and listening, to just express myself. But I've learned of, like, these are not I'm not having, it's just a one to one conversation, not one on one. Why did I ever do that? And it was because that version of me did not know how to properly communicate exactly what I was going through. I just wanted to spew it out. And if people were going to talk to me, then sure. But in that case, people don't even know what they're saying to you. So if you really are looking at it correctly, all they're gonna do is comfort you. So
Hmm.
sure, Rob, young men or all these men out here just want to be comforted. They just want to feel like it's not their fault. And but it's not even about faults. It's not even about. It's not any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I think manhood could use some evolution of like I think it's a part in the play about why we don't. It has a lot to do with the fact that we're not allowing ourselves to tap into our emotions.
Yeah.
So then when we get so emotional, it just becomes this thing where now people are looking at you like you gaslighting or you're manipulating. And it looks weird, but it might be really genuine. But you got to be. That's why for me it was like, oh, I got to be genuine all the time. Now I got to be transparent all the time because and be aware. Like it's not just when you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah,
because
or shame, really, because sometimes it'd be that shame that they're feeling as well, and they
A
say, "I feel
hundred
bad."
percent. A hundred.
Um,
Oh, love, bro.
so I pulled up the wheel that you sent. It is cut off a bit. So do you
Yeah,
have
I
it? Do you have it
know.
pulled off? Do you have it pulled up on the side so you can see what it looks
No,
like?
actually,
I'm going to put it.
it,
Oh
it,
shoot! What did I just do right here?
actually,
I want to move this wheel
I
somewhere so we
received it
could
like
have
that
it on
too. But
faces.
what's cut off is not really
Also, you know
anything
what?
there.
Let me just do it. Yeah. Okay. So I see that. Let me.
You know, you
I
see,
gotta do it better.
vulnerability is the most thing that's cut off. But what I loved, it was like, I didn't know if it was playing on the same colors.
Right.
No, it has way more colors, but I think it's just a wheel that stands off on its own. It
Mm.
doesn't have any relation to the same thing because happy is says we compare, so it's like I guess it would be like comparison is a thief of joy. So then the yellow in our wheel that we show the public will be happy, and then the yellow on this wheel it says, the places we go and we compare will be envy, jealousy, resentment. And I just love this one because it just felt like
So this is not like a feelings wheel, is
not
it?
at all,
Okay.
but it's a lot more of like it's a more of like the it's more of
It's like an assessment wheel.
uh-huh of when you don't allow yourself to feel kind of, what I'm saying, places you go when, like, well, see, when life is good, sure, then you go to joy, happiness, and calm. So I like what you said. It's more of an assessment wheel.
Yeah, right. Because let me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I'm gonna pull it up right now so that the audience can see as well. I'm just trying to fix this real quick.
And it
But yeah,
feels
okay.
almost like a prerequisite to the one that we have here, right? Because let's say places we go when we feel wronged, then it has anger and contempt. And then if you go there and it's like, oh, anger, then it'll let, if you get there to addressing yourself and where you might be going, then you could come to our wheel and then realize, oh, I am angry then. Yeah, because no one wants to get to anger. A
Hmm.
lot the wheel that we use is more like you're gonna, many people who don't tap into their feelings, they're gonna go from the outside in, and then in this one, it kind of it works the opposite.
Yeah, so it's the way you break it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this wheel actually.
No,
Yeah,
it took
yeah,
me by
yeah.
surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great way to, like, as you were pointing out, to just assess, like, because you're right. Some people, it's like we're already in the outside, and then we don't have the language, so it could be messed up. We could be in the red, right? And not knowing exactly why we're there. So it's just maybe about asking. You know,
Yep. Yep.
are
Yep.
things feeling like they're too much? Are
Right.
you feeling uncertain about something right now? And then, like, oh, you know what? Actually, I am. I am feeling uncertain about something right now. So this is good. Uh,
Right. Right. There's and working like from the inside out. See, from the inside out here, it's some people just would get, and me myself, I would be like, disgusted. I want to say disgusted, but in this one, it's life is good. Where places you go when we're with others, places you go when you feel like you fall short. Places to self-assess. Places you go when you're, excuse me, when you're places you go when you self-assess or when you feel wronged. It's general, but it's like I could just see even myself, and I could just feel that I could connect there
yeah.
a lot more, and then
Well,
it leads you to the same things pretty much, um, which is just nice. Just felt like a nice little step.
yeah. No, I think this is good because even again, I actually think you could also go backwards. You know, if you're not
Oh, for sure.
sure where like why you might be feeling a particular emotion for that day, in time and space. You might be sitting with despair, um, and you might not know that it is because you're hurting. So
Right.
just reading it backwards, and you're like, okay, why am I sitting with despair? And then you're saying, well, it says here we're hurting. So if you read that, you ask yourself, am I hurting? What is hurting me right now? And then now you can go to the list of things that might be hurting you, and then you can kind of go from there to be like, oh wow, now I see why I'm sitting with this despair. And then I guess at that point you could kind of wonder about, like, you can now think, okay, next step would be, what can you do to work with that emotion and perhaps soothe that emotion, um, counterbalance it with something that could maybe, okay, create balance,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Because again, even reading, because I shit, now that you brought me to this wheel, this is kind of like where I am, just the news again, where we're starting.
Yeah.
It is heavy stuff, man. It is heavy stuff, and so, to know that, what's going on around us. Um,
Yeah, people need community,
yeah.
and for some reason in America, it's just not. This is why I don't. We need to talk about our privilege here in America too. I know we're here to talk about men and focus on how to heal us as men. I think that's kind of the same thing of what I'm talking about because, in a family it is a two partner relationship and then the others, and just not even just any a two partner relationship, but it's just you know how do you say more than one. You know what I'm saying? Family is
Mm,
not just you. You know what I'm saying? Family is more than one person. And here we are in America talking about self love a lot. You know what I'm saying? And in my experience, there is no amount of self love that I've ever like felt that I've experienced that just had me totally oblivious of others. That was just selfish. That wasn't self love. That was actually lack of love and me needing to feel love myself. So I dive into this thing called self love, and that just doesn't continue. That
yeah.
just has such a short span
Yeah.
because you're not just by yourself. You can't, like, you know what I mean. Like I have a great time by myself, but then like I'm great. I enjoy my company, but then I realize like perfect example, bro. I missed you, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? We were both sick.
Yeah.
I
You're
hadn't
sick,
talked to you
man.
for a while. You know what I'm saying? I know your love to your father doing better from his health. There were
Appreciate
things
you.
that I was questioning about, but I was also on my own time of like feeling sick. So, but I definitely missed you. So
Yeah, man.
so I think to
Man,
my
miss you too, man. I wanted to do it last week. Remember, I was like, "You sure we can hop on real quick?" I was like, I was like, "We
no,
could just hop
no,
on for like,"
nah,
and you're like, "Yeah, man. Yeah."
nah, I peeped.
Mhm.
But I just wanted to say like I don't know if men even catch themselves saying like, oh, I missed you, bro.
Uh,
There's a movie that I want to shout out right after this because it definitely relates,
mm,
um that I saw recently. But just the point was like I'm trying to heal, and I know that I'm good company with myself and I'm okay. But that once I'm starting to heal, that's just not what I feel our creator really intended with us. That's why it doesn't just stop. We would not be in existence if God just, God is good. The
mhm.
creator is good. He didn't need us. You know what I'm saying? He wants us. He loves us and gives us life so that we can go and spread and continue. That's why people like, I guess, Elon Musk with his drive, he gets people together because he's making them believe that he wants something greater than thou, that he wants to go and and I don't never met this guy, but I really think that that's probably where he's infectious with people. You know what I'm saying? I do see that.
He's also just
No,
a white guy, man.
no, but it's both end because I saw a documentary not too long ago where my mother was watching it because she loves these people, man, and
Mhm.
she's very American of watching like documentaries on Elon and Oprah and shit. And I'm just like, all right, and I just want to spend time with her, so I just watch these things, and I learned something about him where it's really how I talk a lot about balance and both end, and so It's never to negate one or the other, black or white. But bringing
mm,
black or white together, you find that there's gray, and you be in the gray area. But don't get lost in that, right? We're life, so we're going like this between black and white, and we get to our gray area. So yes, a white guy, but yes, also human, right? Yes, also probably arrogant, but yes, also very intelligent, right? Yes, also probably warm, but yes, also very aggressive. So both and, right? Like me, I get happy, but I had to learn when I'm unhappy, I should also allow people just to be love me when even when I'm unhappy or just be around. I don't have to be the light for everyone else. Maybe when I'm not the light, I could just come around and that's somebody else's that's where they could rise up and they do that. Not that I'm asking them to, but that's on God. Right? So that kind of thing. Um excuse me. But I was just thinking about like balance, 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 bro. I'm always in my mind of like before I can like teeter totter and go all the way to one way of like yes, like there were in this documentary it was talking about like somebody was working here for like 7 years and then at some point he got really comfortable and was like yelling at them and insulting them and that's when they were like oh I gotta go and I was like see that's the part right there that I'm sure a lot of men do not want to confront about themselves because yes you may be a genius, yes you may be doing a lot, yes you may, you know what I'm saying, but also and you're choosing this, you're making these choices. So where you're stressed and you're yelling at people and you're doing all of this is no, that's not it's not okay because of this goal that you have set. You feel me? Like his whole thing like of apparently like he's like neglecting his family because he's a genius. It's like that don't make your family feel better. That don't make any of this okay. You feel me? Like the way that we justify things just because we don't want to deal with emotions, I don't think is married to just men, but I do think it's something to talk about for the human conditioning of like that's unhealthy for us. You know what I mean? Like I myself had to deal with that. Like seeing that my parents didn't want me to meet a lot of the past of like people because of things that they did, but you're holding them to that. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't save me. And it's not even just them. Anybody can make the decision that this person made that you weren't happy about. And if you don't communicate these things, you're not really saving anyone. You're just saving yourself from the discussion. You're not doing anything. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know if I feel like my train of
yeah.
thought was done with that, but I wanted to talk about a movie that I saw that was called We Grown Now. We Grown Now
Mhm,
came out in 2023. I suggest people watch it. Um, where it was like a beautiful coming of age story. I would say that it definitely taps into masculinity.
mhm,
It was just these two boys growing up in Chicago. Um, and I just loved it. Don't want to say too much about it, but it came out in 2023. It has I forgot this guy's name, but he was the officer that
pulling up
came
the
in Get Out.
IBMD.
Oh,
Actually,
you checked it out?
let me see. Nah, I could do. I'm trying to figure out how I can share the screen so you can watch it together, or pull it up and just have it viewed. Sorry, you can
Oh,
hear
you're
me now.
good, bro.
Yeah.
I hear, you, I hear. You.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure that out, so without messing with the screen too much. But yeah, no, I have it pulled up here. I think I've seen the trailer for it.
It's actually
Uh,
it's really good. I enjoyed it, man. It had me in
Actually,
tears.
I would, yeah,
Yeah, cause like that's why I was on topic because the
uh,
kid at some point, he says, "I'm gonna miss you,"
uh,
because
let me see how
you
I can
know,
do this. Cause I don't
because
want to
they're
drag
grown
this up.
now. They're
Yeah,
growing apart, and he just looked at his friend and he said, "I'm gonna miss you, and I'm gonna miss you too." And then he hugs him, and you could see that the kid who's having a little bit more issues, like being as emotional as the other, he hugs him and gets off, but then the kid holds him tighter, and then
yeah.
they both hold each other tighter, and it was just that shit had me breaking down, bro. I was like, it's so sweet. Just the whole movie too. It was like they weren't really excuse me. It wasn't easy for these kids to. It was a lot, a lot. Just Chicago. Yeah, we're going through a lot,
Can you see it?
trying to process emotions. Yeah, I see it. Fire. Yeah.
All right, so now I just gotta make sure
I
and
don't know if this
fix.
trailer's gonna do justice, but God bless you, man, for putting this on. Cause yeah, it was just nice, very nice.
I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to do this situation I got going on over here, but I'm working it. It's an intermission, but yeah, I'm just trying to play this. But I'll play actually. You know what? Let me make this a little easier. Um,
Sule, something like that. That girl, she's there.
which
She
one?
plays the mother. You'll see her.
So how you
Uh,
came across the film?
bro, I've been sick, so I said, let me. I don't like to watch. I don't watch movies a lot. I've been
He
sick. I
said,
was like,
"Bro, I'm sick."
yeah.
Excuse
honestly,
me.
honestly, yeah, bro. I've been sick, and I said, man, you know what? I do need to sit down and just focus on something. I'm looking, and
Mhm.
I saw it, and I said, you know what?
All right, so
I
now
like
I'm
the title.
huh?
I related to the title. I
Oh, so you
saw
see it?
the
Oh, okay, okay. So you saw the title and you were like, yeah.
yeah, the ebonics
All
of it
right,
all,
so this
right?
is it.
It's grammatically incorrect. There's
So
we
let me
are
watch this
grown
trailer
ups.
then. Let me figure this out right here.
Things so.
See what it's about. Man.
In Cabrini Green, it don't matter how old you are, how much money you got, how big or tall, or small. What do you call three trees? What? A trio. You ever think about what it would be like outside of here? Wow, this is where we from. Such a big road out there. So much I want to do.
You're never too little. Set your mind to it, you can do it.
I'm putting my mind to some McDonald's right now and I don't see it on my plate. Me and Eric, we've done everything together since we were born. You got dreams? Sometimes. You ever had a dream that felt so real you thought you was awake?
You know, we always wanted better. That's why we came here.
Now, how am I supposed to keep you safe?
With everything that's been going on, they're moving out. Malik didn't tell you?
You just mad because I'm leaving.
You're not a baby anymore. You're grown now, and you know right from wrong.
This is what I know. A place is the people. My name Malik, and my name Eric. Don't you forget it. Hey! Oh!
Shut the fuck up. Remember
Oh
Yo,
shit.
bro. I was
That's funny.
reminiscing so much and tapping in. I was like, damn, that's me and Ivy. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and then they was over there yelling in the projects. I thought about that guy who told me to shut.
Oh, that was beautiful, man. Now it making me want to watch that right now. That's a
Nah,
good one. That's a good film.
it's really good,
Wow,
really
I'm
good.
definitely. I mean, that probably taps into, again, I'm sure a lot of the themes we have already talked about here,
For sure.
masculinity already. How you said, man, it makes me think. Sadly, man, just again that story again of how, for young boys, especially young boys from places like the two characters in the movie, it's you're kind of forced to grow up fast. I mean, even in the
Oh, for
title, we're
sure.
grown now, and then that somehow meaning, especially for men, that oftentimes you just live in isolation. You go through things. You're not allowed to express it. You shouldn't express it because I think we're at a place where I think there is definitely more openness. And I think
Hmm.
the talk of mental health in men is a lot more mainstream than it's ever been, especially for us growing up here, and worse for our parents and previous generations. Um, and I still think we too many young men or men in general still internalize the messages that we've all received. So even though it's like it's okay now because now it's a mainstream conversation about men and mental health, I think a lot of men are still struggling with the like should I should I say
Yeah.
something because again that should being driven by again just stuff being in your head, stuff in our
Hmm.
heads. Um, that we're still living with, and we've been told, man. So it's beautiful, man. I know I'm looking forward. That should be a good watch.
Oh yeah,
That looks like a dope movie for sure.
that'll wash out the idea of the Joker 2 for you.
Listen,
But I'm gonna
boo,
watch
that
that. I'm gonna
shit,
watch that.
man. I'm gonna still
Shout out
watch it
to
too, but I'm gonna definitely have to watch like the first one again because I went to the movies to watch it. I just need a refresher. Um, totally don't remember much.
and shout out to the Nips. The people know Nips from like episode
Yeah.
17 or something.
Uh,
Like they remember Nips, and he watched it. He gave a nice little, and not a, like a review, but he gave it 8 out of 10. Oh, excuse me, 7 out of 10. And I inquired upon like, what out of curiosity, what's your rating for the first? And he said 8 out of 10. So I was like, okay. So it definitely dipped one, but
hmm Still
okay,
solid.
not too much. Okay. And his whole take on it was just the fact that he just really thinks people expected something that they didn't get, you know, which is understandable. I told him, I said, listen, coming from a guy who's done musical theater, trust me, I know why people do not fuck with musical theater. People would not come see my shows, and I'm just laughing like, I get it, musical theater. I jumped. I had to get into it for a class.
hmm
Then that teacher was just telling me like,
I think it's
I,
also how it's used though, no? Because I don't like musicals, but if it's
yeah,
a good musical, I'm into it. You know.
but you're
I
right. This
think
is why
it's
I
also
do.
the
I have a
criticism. It seems
yeah,
to be how the music didn't um
right.
just hit. I guess.
Yeah.
But also
I,
to that point, I'm also agreeing because like it's just not the Joker that most folks are trying to want to see in a way, I guess.
right. Yeah.
And so not seeing that at all, it's like,
They want to see the guy like the one that you say who wanted to watch the world burn.
man,
Where was it? Alfred said that about Heath Ledger's
mm,
Joker.
mm,
Like they want to see that the maniacal mastermind who he's one step ahead, but half step. Oh, he just fucks up because he's not really all there. He doesn't get it all right.
mm,
Um, but
yeah.
yeah,
No. Listen, I have like I was looking through some comics, trying to figure out like what source material they pulled from, because maybe that will help.
oh,
Because a lot of
okay.
movies are based on the source material, which are the comic books.
But did they?
I'm
You didn't enough find
no,
anything?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but
I don't think they
I could keep
did.
looking.
But
I
a
have
lot of
access to
people
like
in
DC's
support.
comic books, like through this. I don't know if you know that they have a subscription service. I got it for free, so I have it for a year for free. But
Dang.
it's pretty cool. You get access to like a lot of their like comic, like even stuff that's archived. You can find old comics as well and read them digitally. So it's pretty dope.
Wow,
So
nice.
yeah, I would wonder about that. But anyway, that's a movie that I guess I watch when it comes out streaming, or just no. I'm not even gonna go there. But
Well, keep it on topic, and
let's just
yeah,
call it LimeWire. It is.
We grown now is on Netflix,
Yeah. Well, that's a good one.
so
That's a good one.
very, very accessible for
Yes.
everyone.
Yeah.
What's the sound? It goes, doo-dum. Yeah,
Yeah.
very accessible for
I mean, if
everyone.
you don't have Netflix, you could matey. You could pirate.
Right, pirate that baby. That's what I'm doing with Joker too. You know what I'm saying? I'm no shame. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
I've done my fair share of musicals, but I
yeah.
do notice that was my critique with musicals, where I just didn't. It has to feel authentic for me, like, and the song and the mood it has to tap in. Like
Uh,
sometimes it takes me out, man. Like even as the actor trying to be in it, it just never it don't be feeling right. Like my life never feeling right. It's like what? Whoa! Where we what? It's like why are we doing that?
nah.
You know what I mean? I always wanted to figure out how do if I even could, try to write my own. Um, how could I tap into that world? But way off topic. Um, hold on. There's a few things. Oh, I shared one more thing with you, bro.
Hmm.
Um,
Let
I
me
would
see.
like you to see where it was. So I don't know how you feel about this week and the information that you got,
Hmm.
but aside from all the, how do you say, uh, how do you say it? Is a geographical crisis, like the all
Climate,
aside,
the climate
climate
crisis.
crisis. Aside from all
Honestly,
of
because that's
right.
fuck, man. Damn
Aside
it.
from all of that, I was just
Dang
still
it.
tapping into like our basic American media and what
Yeah.
are we talking about? And broken homes just kept these things I kept seeing. Um, Aggressive men, you know what I'm saying? Dick swinging around, you know what I'm saying? Trying to like make things happen, you know what I'm saying? Take control of situations, and it's very clear in these moments that emotions are happening, but the whole thing about masculinity, it's like if this
Excuse
is
me.
the emotion and it's a lot, it's a wave of emotion on this water, but I had to bottle it in and you know what I'm saying? And there's so much more emotion flowing that I got. It's like it's my tears, and I just gotta come on, come on, come on,
Mm.
come on. You're spilling off on the sides, man. And we're just getting angry. I just kept seeing that where it was just really, really disheartening, bro. I'm like, I even if that like you have to deal with that because you have to feel your emotions. I just knew that I had to stop taking to media and just taking to people who just literally are not even on God's time of like they're not put into this space.
Yeah.
Like I'm bringing them into this space. Who's around me who actually knows what's going on in my life and actually can help me and that I should call and talk to as opposed to every just spewing out things into the world. Um, I was just seeing a lot of these things that I shared this one thing with you that
Mm.
somebody went out on a date.
Yeah.
Um, you
Yeah, I
see
seen
it?
it. I seen it. Yeah.
I'll read it because it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Um, right? They went out on a date, a guy and a girl, a guy, and they don't even know if it's real. So no judgment on the people. I would just like this whole thing is just to give our point of view on how we would handle things and what do we feel about these scenarios. They're out on a date. The check comes, and the waiter instantly gives it to the woman. Right? She politely grabbed it and pulled out her card. The total was around $430, which first of all, sheesh. Like I'm not going out eating like that. Like that's that. But right,
Oh, bro.
it was
Listen,
a it was
were
a
they
birthday,
were they in New
right?
York City?
I don't know, man, but yeah,
Because that's
Nips will know.
light.
Nips is getting those kind of meals out here. Yeah.
Listen,
So look,
that's
I
light work
remember
to be honest.
that's wild to me, bro. By two people,
Yeah, bro.
but but
Just
but
yes,
but
I've
yeah yeah
seen
yeah.
it.
No, I understand. But
Not me.
that's like a special occasion to like what I'm saying. But if I'm rich, okay, I get it. I get it. But besides the point though,
Yeah.
I remember that the owner had given me a $20 off birthday voucher on my last visit. So I reached in my purse to get it and handed it to the waiter. I don't see no point. I don't see no issue with that. I'm like $20 on a 430. That's all right. Yeah, girl. Whatever you got to shave it down a little bit. Fine, whatever. He instantly flipped out. The man that she was on a date with, calling me broke, petty, poor, classless, etc. I couldn't understand why he was so upset, so I let him explain. I got quiet and didn't say much afterward. Which was so interesting in this. So as they put this in like what's it called, the threads thing,
Hmm.
they put a screenshot of then their conversation, which
Right.
I'm assuming was after the date because this little screenshot, the man says, I'm not going to church. My bad.
Mm.
And for me, that was a big sign. I was like, damn, like look at God working. Like, how you so angry? You're not gonna go to church with this person. You terrible. Person's like,
Excuse me.
are you good? The girl's like, okay, cool. Are you okay? They text, shorty, you pulled out a coupon that was broke. That was broke chick behavior. I'm a boss. I'm really him. Any woman I'm with paying full price. Any woman I'm with paying full price. This is why I don't date single moms. They reply, you still mad about that? You still mad about that? So it makes me think like, right, like this happened before, the next
Hmm.
day, maybe they went out on Saturday. Sunday comes, they plan, oh, hey, I go to church. If you're still gonna be around, you want to go to church? He's like, I ain't even in his mind. I'm not jacking this. So he lets her know through text. She's like, you still mad about that? Let's be clear. I'm single, but I'm not a single mom. And if me saving money offended you, let's disconnect from here on. Take
Yeah.
care. I thought that was cordial. I was like, word. Then they
Yeah,
say,
I have it here. I put it up. I pulled it up.
gang. Then they say
Mm.
that's not what I meant. All I'm saying is that penny pinching isn't going to work with me. The bill was a little over 400. What saving did what saving did you need, baby? My last bitch spent that on a daily. You too fine to be too cheap. Red flags all over for me. I feel like I would like to just tap into what do you feel when you read that? You know what I'm saying?
Um,
Mindful, right? We don't know if this is a true scenario. I always think extra. I don't even know if this is
it
two
just.
women who just wanted to like have this conversation and play like it was a, you know what I'm saying? You never know who's making these things up.
I
But
mean, it could have been,
for entertainment purposes, because
right,
men do
right.
do this, I would like to speak to the men who, you know what I'm saying, from my perspective, your perspective, and then, you know what I'm saying, for the
I
ones who
think,
do have the audacity.
yeah. Well, I think this is interesting. I think this is just a layered in terms of how many things it's playing on.
Hmm.
I always wonder about like again who like there's a whole lot of wrong there. I mean, but to pose up the question, I mean, one thing that comes to me is like I can't believe they still even had a conversation. Like if he called her all types of names at the dinner, I'm surprised they even talked after that. Like, so what's standing out to me was like that's kind of sad. I think it should have ended there. I
Hmm.
think if they were having a next conversation, it should have jumped straight to like that was wrong. I don't know why you call me these names. We could have had another conversation. Bye bye. Not like anything where he could have replied, I'm not going to church today. Like it should have just ended once the name calling happened. Because again, assuming that this is a date and it was like maybe one or two, especially, like for him to get angry one and then to call out her name, that's like major red flags. I mean,
For sure.
so anybody reading this, I hope they pick up on like the fact that that's damn near like the type of behavior you would associate with abusers, even the
That is
way he,
financial abuse in a sense,
even
right?
yeah, hell yeah, and then calling her names like broke, and then already controlling finances and saying like this is how I deal with the money. You're like laying the groundwork for like this is who's gonna deal with the money is me, right? Because already saying something about the bill, saying like you don't do this, like talking about what his last partner did, and then even just saying like my last bitch, like it's
Bitch, not
just
partner. I was like, oh,
but that's how men talk. That's just how men talk. They refer to women as bitches, except for their moms. Still, it's what's been told. We've been talking about for years, man. And until we snap out of it, like, because there's just no point in even using that language. Like, it doesn't serve no purpose. And it
right,
definitely just to me, it's about like it's not language that wasn't intended for anything good. There's just no purpose in trying to repurpose it, especially for men to throw
right,
around
right,
like that's
right.
my bitch or these bitches like. I get it. Like I understand. Like it's not like I'm not calling them the devil. I'm not trying to be evil to them. But I also don't think it's gonna help with our connection to them. I don't think it's gonna help us get closer to them. And I think if there's a man already who struggles with clearly, like if this man really exists, if this is someone who already has issues with having a man who has issues relating to women, then I don't even think him using that word bitch and calling them bitches would even be even helpful to him. Again, that's
Right.
not gonna help him developed a better relationship to women. I don't think it's gonna change his worldview on women. And it's crazy because this is October, right? And it's also Domestic Violence Awareness Month,
Right.
which I know eventually I'm gonna be talking about it much later on. And I am talking about it with Cheryl and off the couch. So uh, a plug there for that episode where we
Yep.
highlight
Tune into that one.
where we did highlight definitions, what it is, what are the behaviors, what are red flags, what are warning signs, and again that text message right there is what would be considered I think a warning sign of like someone who will likely be a controlling person, and controlling usually equals to abusive because in order to gain your control, eventually you will likely fall into doing some abusive behaviors. And that, again, that being one of them, because calling out of name is what stood out to me. Calling her bro, classless, like, and then just like the message that I'm like even thinking about, like this provider role. I mean, it feeds into that kind of, so I could see how it could like play into some men who believe that our role is to be providers. Like they might, I could see how some men could fall under like, well, he ain't have to call her a bitch, but I see where he coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like I could kind of totally also see where that falls in line, unfortunately, because that he's
Yeah,
playing
I
into that.
wouldn't, but yeah,
But you
I
know,
understand.
I
I know
could
what you're
see how
saying.
it plays into like, you know, because again, it plays into like men being the provider. And like,
Right.
well, yeah, of course, you shouldn't be whipping out no $20 nothing, no gift vouchers. Like I got it. I mean, he have to, you know, like, and so I think it's kind of interesting that again when these posts are up and then they're being reshared and repurposed. And then the last thing is just like I'm like, how is this a church going man? Like, you cannot tell me this is somebody who goes to church.
Clearly not.
And then, but I mean, on the flip side, man,
He
again,
said, "I'm not
and
going."
Luke,
That was my red flag.
you
If
know,
I'm a shorty, I'm going to church.
in light of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I do think that you know the church has an issue with abuse, and I've
Mm,
seen way too many times in my experience professionally how often religion is used. So it's like the most religious people sometimes tend to be the most abusive,
mm.
and they often use religion as their justification for the abuse.
Ay, ay, ay.
So again, that stood out to me when it's like the church, because I'm like, man, I was just having a conversation again with Cheryl about that. I was just listening to the Bro Diallo show on YouTube. He was also streaming live, and he was talking about that. How, yeah. So those three things stand out, man. It's sad, and again, for actually a fourth thing I would add is just, man, for women or anyone really who's a victim of this, like you don't have to take that shit. So for women, young women, do not take that. Like a dude calls you that, like no, there are dudes who will not call you that at all, who will not even entertain what happened that night, who will be like, hell yeah, whip out that birthday voucher, like let's
I
do
mean,
this. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And you
That's a
know,
birthday voucher.
so like take it out. Like what we doing? Fine, $20 off. Like you know, and if you're so mad about $20, then take that $20, spend it elsewhere. Buy them flowers or something, or
That
buy
shit was
yourself.
wild to me,
You
bro.
know, but to
She
make it
had a
an
twenty
issue,
dollar
like
voucher.
so with women, you don't have to deal with like any date that would do that to you, or again, men, vice versa. Because I could also see how this could be flipped, easily. You know, I could see how men get called broke. You know, easily, and men do
Yeah.
oftentimes. You know, so uh that would be a terrible scenario, man.
No, but I like what you're saying. You called out all the red flags that I was seeing myself. Um, and I do agree with you that if he was already assuming that this is even real, because a lot of my spirit was telling me that this is someone creating a scenario just to have these people to. That's why I wanted to entertain it. I said, you know what?
Yeah.
Screenshot.
Well,
I don't
because
think I might not be real,
where
but
else are these
I do.
dialogues
I have seen
happening? You know, where else are these dialogues happening?
right,
It's
and I
like,
have seen people.
where does it go?
I felt shame for not being able to pay things. I've seen people feel shame. You know what I'm saying? I've not
I'm
put
saying.
myself in situations when I couldn't pay. I'm like, well, I'm not even going. Come to find out, people are like, damn, bro, but you should have said something, bro.
Mm,
I would have held you down. Like it
mm,
ain't even that serious. We only spent, all these things where I saw the choices I made because just to avoid any backlash ever, where because that's the responsible thing to do. But in a world where you see, that's why I don't like a world run off money and not a world run off morals. You know what I'm saying? Run off like spirit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like communicate. Not money is not gonna money can only communicate so much, right? So yeah, bro, you tapped into a lot of things right there.
yeah. It will be a terrible scenario to deal with.
Financial abuse for sure, Albie. It don't make
Financial.
no sense this scenario.
Yeah,
That's why I think it's made up
it's
because
definitely.
how if first of all, for him to
But
say,
hopefully, folks will recognize it as such.
I'm
You know,
really him. If you really him, then
it's
and if he's that toxic,
you
first of
know,
all, you watch that waiter and you say, yo, why'd you give her the check?
right.
You know what I'm saying? A toxic man like that say, yeah, nah, bro, a man pays the bill type shit. You know what I'm saying? If he's like that, if he's really him, you know what I'm saying? But the manipulation here is ridiculous. Like it don't make it that doesn't make any sense. I'm really him. Any woman I'm with paying full price.
You know, that sounds like a 14-year-old wrote it, bro. Like, you know, it's really getting that sad though, because I can't tell you again, when I've worked with young people, man, the amount of times they're just repeating language from the internet. Like,
Right.
I'm like, you're not even like stuff is being developed in the internet, and then they bring it to real life. And before it was
I've
the
seen a lot of
stuff,
kids say,
you
I'm
know,
hella
the stuff that
key.
was
Yeah.
happening in real life got brought to the internet. But
Yeah.
man, this crossover is not helpful for young people, man. That yeah, it was probably a young person that wrote that. I'm really him.
On that point, I don't understand.
I'm really
On
him.
that point, I'm way off, little off topic of like these people who do this. They're like on TikTok and they're like literally that shit is scary to me, Al. Where
But
you seen the people acting like NPCs.
oh, that trend, yeah, that
That trend,
it's
it looks like
my hand.
they need this. They think they must have a therapist because that trend just looks like it feels like it's me allowing my ADHD to just have fun and get paid. Like, hey, how you doing? What? Hey, how you doing? It's like
I
where in your right
mean,
mind do you
yeah,
like where does that feel like cool? I don't know. It's just weird, bro. It gives me aimbot energy. It's just like it just doesn't watching it gives me like Twilight Zone. I start going like this, like as I'm watching these people, and then I'm like, all right, go. I gotta get the fuck off this shit. Like,
yeah. No,
what?
folks are really entertained by this stuff. Like, yeah, and this is. I mean, listen, you could. That's
Like,
there's a
imagine if I was here
lot
the whole
of
time and I'm doing
trends
this because
that
this is
like
just what
have
my
been
character
happening.
does.
Like, you know, I was really reflecting on like, man, 10 years ago, or it's been 10 years of already saying stuff like, yo, people were really doing things for the internet to while out, and like
Right,
we're really
right,
10 years into that. Like these are conversations we were already having when we were like 23, 24 already. Like, yo, people are doing too much just for internet attention, you know, and that was in the early stages of social media. Like this is level two of that, you know, and we were 10 years
yeah,
in, and it's like of course we're saying ridiculous shit. We were already calling it out 10 years ago. We were saying people were already doing too much 10 years ago, and this is already just taking it. We're gonna continue things like weirder and weirder and weirder. Cause yeah, I
I
do
get
think
it. I get it
I
for
do wonder
entertainment,
about that
but
stuff.
like
No, I do, but I wonder about that though, Rob. I'm like, cause it's a
balance.
lot of folks started tuning in, but also giving money. You know, this is not like
I
they're
don't know.
giving money to this stuff. Like folks are donating. They're you know, so it's like I want to see this.
Right,
I want to see the
right.
study. I want to see the study done
Wow.
on like just consumers. Like what are, I'm kind of curious as to like what are making people go, and like you know I see, because obviously like we join on like DJ stuff. So but that's like again that's like going to a virtual party. You fuck with the DJ and you could give a little money and you know for the DJ live streamers or like the
Yeah,
musicians that are live streamers. Like, but to me that's like going to a virtual show and seeing a musician do their thing. If you jack them, you give them a tip, right? Obviously, but when you go to a bar and you visit a musician or a DJ, you're spending money on the whatever, 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 and they get a cut from that. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, when I see a musician go online and do their thing live stream or us doing this, it's like we're panelists. So if you come see us at our panel show, you know this is what you'll see. You know what I mean? Like you'll see us talking. If you want to donate, give us a right. I don't see in what world we'll just pull up to see an NPC. Oh, yo, Rob, you there? Oh, it looks like he's frozen. I caught him at a good frozen moment, but I don't know if you're back. You're gonna have to holler at me, um, cause I don't hear from him and he's frozen. Okay, that threw me off. But yeah, man, this world, man, this world is just driving me nuts. Cause I lost my train of thought. Cause I was focused on Rob being frozen. Um, but I'm just at a loss for words with a lot of things that are happening. Um, and I'm just kind of sitting with that heaviness. And I try not to, so I do hate that when most. Oh, he's back. I'm assuming he's back because my thing got all messed up. Oh no, he just left. Uh, okay, so that messed up my screen. Right, Rob. I was not expecting that. Now this does not look smooth, but there you go. Quick fix. I could probably drag it out this way. Boom. All right. Sometimes you got to work production as fast as you can, but yeah, this is a terrible thing that I think I have. I wonder if the computer died. Um, yeah, I was, it's funny we was on the masculine thing as well because I came across this video. I guess I could play it now that I'm here just for this sake. I came across this video speaking of masculine and stuff, which just things that kind of annoy me. Stuff that I probably would have been like, uh, I don't know if there was, I don't know if I would say agreement. Oh, look, he came back. All right, no.
Yeah, bro, my fault. Scary times when your laptop dies while it's charging.
Oh, it was just doing too much. That battery is probably weaker.
That's crazy.
Uh,
It broke my heart. But love, my fault, man.
no, you're back on, man. You see, you're back on. Same thing. Still got you.
I did it with the phone. I said, fuck it.
No, it works, man. I guess you just can't do a background.
I'm about to. I'm gonna try it on. I just want to turn on my lighting. 1 second. But as you were saying to the people, my fault.
No, I was just about to highlight something else. But you came back, so I'm like, all right, let's see how we can do this. Um, what was I trying to highlight? I mean, I lost my train of thought. Honestly, I know I was saying
My
making a
fault.
point, but I was like, oh man, Rob was gone. So I tried to talk through it as much as I could. Um, but I mean, we were definitely addressing masculinity and stuff.
Mhm.
And that scenario. Um, but I mean, we did address something that I think is worth picking up on. Um, again, um uh, as we do more of these, as we hop on the live, I think because it's gonna be on my mind more than likely. These scenarios, especially again as I mentioned, is DV Awareness Month. So I do.
Well, you were tapping into that. We were saying you were talking about the NPC characters and why they're even getting paid for this, and
Oh, okay, you just brought me back. So yeah, even with that, like I was just saying how as far as like I would like to see the consumer um, data if it exists. Just because I'm curious about that. Because again, like, would someone go to place in real life and like pay to watch somebody be like an NPC character? Like, would you
right,
go and like get dressed on a Saturday night because you're gonna go out to see the hottest show and it's this person being an NPC character where I guess you get to yell commands at them and then they'll say it, or
right.
is the entertaining factor the fact that it's like a video game and but it's a real person? Will we get to a point where that gets blurred now, and it will be like a Squid Games where people now will be on their phones playing a game when it's really a human behind it, and so they're gonna be throwing these like little icons and emojis and stuff like that because yeah. So there's that dark, Black Mirror dark side of it. But yeah, I'm like these NPC stuff. So I don't know. I guess for the person doing it, I can't knock your hustle. It's making you bread. Some people is how they probably paying the bills. So
Oh, no knock to the hustle at all. No, yeah, I
it's
hear you with
just
that.
it's just again. I go back to like what we find entertaining. I
Uh,
could probably send you some live streams of TikToks right now that you're like, why are people doing this live streaming? And they are, and they're getting bread. Like
I
it's
just think we're
just
taking my opinion of it all is again,
it's
get your
very Black
money. It's not about
Mirror-ish.
your money.
Very
Cameron even said
very
it too. I
Black
like how Cameron
Mirror-ish.
says it.
Well,
Cameron was like, no, get your money. Get your. I'm not talking about your money. I'm talking about other things. So like, right is that I'm not knocking anything when you get your money. I don't fuck with my pockets either. But how you get, you know what I'm saying? Like, how
well,
are
to me,
you though? You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, you see how
Well,
Diddy got
also
his
other
money?
other other
Some people
people,
are not
okay,
okay with the way
man.
he got his
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
You know what
Well,
I'm
the
saying? Diddy
people.
get your money. We was
Yeah.
all okay with Diddy
Mm.
getting his money. But how he but are those people okay? Oh no now nah. And he's not okay, right? Oh nah, I'm not okay with that. Nah, okay, damn. I wasn't mad about him being at the top. Nah. The Dick Cameron's like ain't no beef over here. Jay-Z could be at the top, I could be at the top and all of that. But you know what I'm saying? Now what's the problem though? What are we not talking about? For some reason in my spirit, I look at these people and I'm like, I just wonder, like, yo, like, how are they when the how are they do can they turn it off, or how are they when they turn it off? You feel me? And God bless them. That's not my responsibility. There's billions of people out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's between them and
What
whoever
you
they're
mean?
gonna
Like
be.
when the
Well, when
mm,
it's off, bro, like like for example, like we're here, we're pushing authenticity. Like we're not just doing this. Like I love these conversations. I'll have these conversations when the cameras are off. I'm not an asshole when the cameras are off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm,
you know what I mean? Like, but if I'm on stage and I gotta sing my songs or something like that, then I'm gonna, yes, turn it on because I'm getting paid to be on stage to sing my songs. So I'm not gonna be like, will I be the same with all this work that I put in just because I'm sick? No, I gotta be like, 1, 2, 3, will I be the same? You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta turn it on. I get it. So I just wonder if like the mental health of people, like, are you like how aware are you? How tapped in are you? Like Fauci, the guy Fauci, like he seems to be literally having mental breakdowns of not. It comes across that not only him, but apparently he's blaming others too. Because again, I guess we all have a hand on this circus. You know what I'm saying? Of people don't allow him to just be off. But a lot of the times with him, it don't make sense because like, why are you on camera then, bro? Why you want people to just leave you alone, but you're on live? Like it's like Kai Cenat asking people to leave him alone, but he's live streaming. I would understand if he's just walking to the grocery store and he's not
yeah.
live streaming. But if you're at the grocery store live streaming that you're at the grocery store, then you're on still. You feel me? Like, it doesn't make sense. So I just don't know if people really understand that. Like, the lines are getting too blurred. You feel me? The lines are getting way too blurred. Where it's like, nah, bro, y'all need to get y'all 2020 vision up. Yeah, it's getting real. It's getting real crazy out here. Like, this shit
Yeah.
looks creepy.
And I think I think it's also the powerlessness, Rob. Sometimes going back to your point about us needing to find community. I think the lack of real community where and a community that's driven to for a purpose, not just a community that's all about entertaining. Um, I think that's important. So going back to my earlier point of like the despair, I know for me a great way to battle through that despair is to help. Help anyone, help where I can, and then also continue to go back to fight for a bigger cause. I mean, there's work to be done on this earth. And continuously we are constantly being allowed to let ourselves fall.
Yeah, yeah,
To
yeah, yeah.
like with to paying attention to nonsense. We're stuck. Obviously, it's meant to be this way. It's designed for us to keep our minds occupied. But I think there are those of us who are just so tired that even when we know better, we just choose not to do better because we're so damn tired. But it's
No,
like, let's just continue doing better. And I'm speaking to myself. I'm speaking for
no, you're
myself first
speaking
and
facts.
foremost.
You're speaking to me too. I
I'm
hear,
speaking
yeah.
for myself first and foremost. But I do want to express that because, yeah, I do. We sitting with a lot here with everything that we're talking about, and like you said, like lines are being blurred in many ways between the digital space, and the way people are using it, and I don't know, and then even human communication we know has been jacked up since the last few years and COVID hit us. So
You're right. Right.
there's work to be done now. So I think we are resilient as human beings, and especially us who have a history of dealing with racism, poverty, you name it, multi generational trauma. We there's a resiliency in us. So I do think that battle is worth it. I do think that while it is hard, especially because we're so beaten down, to still try to do better every day, to still fight, to know that, like, again, speaking for myself, because I have been, like, for example, I have been loose with, like, eating fast food, but, like, I've really spent, like, a good number of years not eating fast food. Like, I could really just go back to that, and I probably will. Because I'm like,
Understand.
it's about that time. I had a little nice run, just not giving an F, and, like, eating all this fast food whenever I wanted multiple times a week, but, like, I'm
Just for
done.
fun, what's your go to fast food?
Well, I
The
guess
one
I
that is
mean I'm
like,
gonna the
yeah.
McDonald's, man. McDonald's. It's
But
been
what from McDonald's? French fries.
yeah, the French fries, the Big Macs. It depends on my mood. But I usually get like either the regular burger, which is the like I either get the regular burger, the McDouble, or McChicken.
Oh, McDouble, McChicken.
And then when I'm really feeling it, which I did this year, like I might get like a Big Mac, just to, like I was like for good old time's sake.
That Big Mac hit different. I've had it. Yeah, not. Honestly only had like maybe like less than 5 Big Macs my whole life because I never really. It was like too much,
Oh no, I remember one time. I remember I used to be very against like ooh sauce, ooh too much topping, so I never ordered the Big
Right.
Mac. And then when I got
But it hits
older,
different.
I finally got one. I'm like, oh, this shit is good, and I started. That's what I would order most a lot. Like, yeah, yeah, no.
Ah, okay,
Once
okay.
my
Hey.
palate expanded, but yeah, no, McDonald's I would say, but I do like Wendy's as well. So I do, Wendy's. I don't see between that Dunkin' Donuts,
What you get from Dunkin'?
either the
Just to show
donuts,
people we human, man. You see me, I'm eating a whole fucking lemon. But
yeah,
yeah,
Dunkin' Donuts. I probably
I
get
bite them
that,
on
or
the
they're
corner.
like breakfast sandwich. Sometimes I get that. Like they do their version of like the bacon, egg, and cheese. Even though I would like, are you
Oh,
even
you're
using real eggs?
right. On a croissant, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
do
had it
hit.
before.
But it's like, I was like, I'm good on that, man, because I know where I can at least, even though our ingredients are also like that, these eggs probably have stuff in them, this
Yeah,
broccoli and stuff, but
yeah. It's not real eggs. It's not
I could
real
try
eggs.
to, I could try to just stay away from this stuff.
But I
But
hear you with
yeah,
the, treat yourself kind of vibe. I love the what's the show? Parks and Recreation.
mm,
They have this the Aziz is in that show, and he has this thing where him and this other character, he's like, yeah, you know what today is?
mm,
Treat yourself. And it's like they just have a thing. They have that one episode
mm,
every season where it's a treat yourself episode, and it's centered around them. Uh, Doing a spa and just whatever
mm.
they want, like, and it's pretty. I feel that vibe. I ain't gonna hold you, like,
Well, also that, but also doing better.
balance,
Not only treat yourself, but again, even though life is
balance.
hard, you got to do better, man. If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
stuff is toxic for us, we got to like try our hard to let it go.
Oh, for sure.
If you're
And there's
somebody who has a
healthy
hard time
ways.
apologizing, apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay. Just say sorry. Please, just say sorry tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, say sorry. Like if you have a hard time apologizing or admitting that you're wrong, just admit you're wrong one day. If you're freaking the type of person to eat a banana and then just throw the freaking scrap somewhere because you're just used to it, hold on to the scrap and throw out the garbage just one day. Like you know what I'm saying? Like one day do something better, man. You know, like throw it
That's
out.
crazy. I got
You
a
know,
banana right over
just
here on the
gotta
table.
just littering, and it's like, especially young folks, man. Let me tell you, they get into their modes and they litter. Like I
Yeah,
remember when I coached, the students would get so like if they're frustrated during a play, they'll rip their rubber band or tape that they put, and they'll just throw it on the field. But I'm like, you're littering technically. Like no one's gonna, you're not in a professional stadium. No ball boy's gonna come and clean it up.
right.
Like you gotta clean that up yourself. Why? Just because you're mad, you just gonna take tape off and throw it? Like, and you're outside in the
Yeah,
environment. Like pick that up. You got mad? That's cool. Cool. Now pick it up. Like you know.
yeah, I understand.
It's like that's adults do it. I've seen adults so many times, like little things that you could have just thrown away. Like,
Emotional regulation, bro. Yeah, we got. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like little things. People just have to do better, man. Just do better because people know littering is not good, and they still do it just because it's like fuck it. It's like no, 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 not fuck it. Like just do better. Like one day at a time. Because we're the stuff we're talking about is making a change, but it doesn't start unless people actually start to make a change. Just
Right.
one day at a time, one day at a time. And some people are not even willing to take that first step, man. And it's just terrible. Again, going back to there's men who are not willing to break out of their own like traditional way of thinking, knowing it's time that we've expanded. Like a lot of men still get mad at all this information and why women got to be president. They still going off of old mythical myths about women. Like why? Like there's a reason why we've expanded. You're not happy at that. Instead, you're knocking it down. You want to go back to how things was, but then you complain about the way things were because women were not so good. So it's like, come on, don't you want women to be better? Like your own logic is kind of defeating itself.
It doesn't. It never makes sense,
It
bro.
never
A lot
makes
of
sense. You
yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like Like you want better, so let's do better. It's okay to let go of that thinking and just say, you know what, let's try something new and different, and hopefully it's moving us away from whatever we got. Because clearly, whatever we've been having is not working for no one except the rich.
Right.
Even
And you
they
know,
have problems. Even
to
they have
play onto
problems.
masculinity, I
But
do feel
just better
like
than us.
challenging yourself is like to your credit. To challenge yourself will like I don't see why that doesn't make people feel masculine. You know what I'm saying? Like, or and I don't even like to say the word masculine because it always ties to man, but even women, like like for a woman would feel masculine to stiff. Eminem said, stiffen up that upper lip, straighten up,
Hmm.
little soldier.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying to his daughter, so like she can be a boss. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about masculinity. Is not tied to manhood and man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like masculinity is a is a non-binary thing where it's like it's just about an unwavering strength. That's what that is to me. And I like what you're saying of like, what I'm saying, just to try it. Not one day at a time, one moment at a time. Maybe not every day you get to do it, but when you feel that moment and you feel challenged, that to me makes me that's when I feel most manly.
Hmm.
Even if I fail, even if I'm not successful in it, even if and sometimes it plays in both, where like I have to walk away and that doesn't feel manly, but this challenge in the way that I know that the world is like fucking with you, it's like no, let me get past that hump and challenge myself and do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no definition to this manhood thing. No, that's tough, and that doesn't make me feel like a man. But I don't need to feel like a man to do that. Whoa, that's wrong. No, let me make this decision. Like let me do this different thing, right? Like you like easily a kid who's so caught up in his masculinity. When you tell him to go pick that up, he's gonna like look at you like, oh, but come on, man, look around you. It's not clean. Oh, come on, man, look it around. There's so many things I could
Hmm.
think of. Imagination is like, but instead, if that kid could think to himself, Alberry's a man. Mr. Al is a man himself. You either believe that or not. And that's another conversation for us to have
Hmm.
if you don't. And that's a man who's telling it, right? It doesn't make him any less of a man to tell you, and it doesn't make you any less of a man to listen, to pick it up. It has nothing to do with manhood. You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all. But if you do feel challenged with your manhood, as a man, take that challenge. Pick it up, put it away, and then watch. Watch. And see how you still a man. Maybe even a better man. Because you're different.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're not doing the same shit everyone's doing. You know what I mean? Like that shit don't feel manly to me at all either. Like to do the same shit everyone's doing. Yo, bro, crazy. I want to go viral.
Hmm.
This right here. No, for real. This right
Hmm.
here. This right here. People got problems with this, bro. People
Yeah,
got
you're
problems
supposed to do
with this.
something. You're supposed to figure it out. Do something with
Yeah.
it.
Or I'm hiding from it. No, I
Mm.
just know how to look good. But I do still feel good. And I know tomorrow, 5 minutes from now, I could shave it off and look good. But who am I looking good for? For you? You think that makes me a man, feel like a man because you making me feel small and laughing at what the fuck I look like? No, that doesn't That has nothing to do with my manhood. Actually, you're demasculating me, and I'm allowing you to.
Mm.
That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I just know how to look good. I know when I
Mm.
like to look good. I like to
Mm.
look good. I feel with this
Mm.
or let it go. But I had to learn how, wow, look at what's going on with this world. How this right here is a problem to them. This right here takes something away from them. This right here means loss.
Yeah.
It only
The
means hair
loss.
loss, love.
Yeah.
It only means hair loss.
Right, but
That's
then
all it
that's
means.
tied to losing, like you said, masculinity and yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I didn't even plan on doing that, but a few hours ago, I was like, I had to, full transparency. I had to speak to somebody about. They were like, you want that? You want that hair, that shaving thing? I was like, yo, I had to call him out, like, yo, what's up? Like, you want, you got a, did you just, what happened right now? Because it was a whole different conversation. It's like, what happened right now? I had to be
Yeah.
like, what happened? Did you see my hair and feel offended or did not like it? What's going on? Why are we talking about this right now? Would it blow your mind if I told you that I feel pretty today? I know I'm sick. I know I've been sick, but I
Mm.
don't feel ugly. I'm just been sick. Sometimes it happens to all of us. I see it in all of us.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, like you look, your hair look great now, but it don't mean no different when your hair's big and you got your mane
mm,
out, and
mm,
you know what I'm saying? You a Leo, you got a mane, bro. You
mm,
gotta honor that.
mm,
You still handsome. You still the same Alberry.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it mean
That's
nothing.
right. That's a
It
fact.
means nothing. So I feel like for that, I would love to, you know what I'm saying, that evolution in manhood, even with women, it's the same thing. Femininity got nothing to do with the way you walk, with the way you dress, you know what I'm saying, with the way you talk, with the way you carry had nothing to do with your body. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's an essence. And no man, no other woman can tell you what is feminine for you. Allow yourself and you between you and your creator and your spirit to find that. You know what I'm saying? And you may be wrong today, but that's up to you to decide.
Yeah.
I
For
was
sure.
wrong about masculinity a lot of times,
Yeah.
but I
So
had to
was I.
decide. I didn't let anybody else decide for me. With this, no, 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 let anybody else decide for you. Even growing this up, bro. It's funny when I used to grow this out, and I had looked on Facebook and saw a lot of people saying shave your beard, and this
Mm,
all with love. But it's funny, just like why do we do that to each other? It's like, yo, take off your shoes. Let me see your feet. Nah, right? Yeah.
mm.
Let me see your feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we do that to
Yeah. Because
everybody,
this is
take off.
visual, or
See?
how you dress is visual.
It's crazy
Well, I
how many
think
people got
again, I
dirty ass
think
under.
it's been we've been internalized to look at people in that way by how we appear and our appearance and our
We're mirroring, right?
yeah, and a lot of times mirroring. So I do think is an internal process that we've been socialized to do as humans. Because I honestly don't think humans 2,000 years ago give a fuck about what any other human looked like. They were just surviving. I don't think 2,000 years ago we were like stumbling upon each other like, yo, your teeth are fucked up. Like you don't wanna go, you don't wanna do something about that. Like they probably, you know what I'm saying. So some
Yeah,
could
you're
say that
right.
was not like before civilization, but I don't whatever. Like I don't
Can you
think
imagine that? The man of the cave being self conscious about his teeth,
his
so he's not
hair.
communicating. Like he don't want to show his teeth. Mm. Everybody's laughing at your teeth, huh? That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, I don't think they
Little
were.
did you
I do
know that
not
he
think they
fucked
were
up his tooth by trying to
like
like
fucking
kill a lion
survive.
for you and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like the fuck? It's wild, bro.
I don't
Yeah, I
think.
think
Yeah,
we
I
just
don't.
lost a lot of the essence of what I'm saying, what we really are and what we really
And
should
is that
care
really
about.
modern to give a fuck about what somebody looks like and want to judge them for their appearance? Is that really modern? Is that what we evolved into? They want to talk about we came from the caveman, but I don't think no caveman give a fuck about what somebody looked like. They just probably was attracted and loved whoever they loved.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
just tried to survive. And then yet we evolved to people who all of a sudden gotta judge somebody for how they look, how they walk. Yo, you sure you don't want to hit the gym? You gaining a couple pounds there. Like, we just judge everybody for how they look, how they showing up, and for what. As you said, that mirror, like we're mirroring, and it's like that like what looking at myself really,
yeah.
and something about yeah what I'm seeing. Yeah, so it's just I don't think that's an
It
evolvement,
really
man.
does
I
show.
don't think
What I
that's
love about
evolution,
this
man. There's just
existence.
even saying that out loud. I'm like, there's no way we evolved to that. Like that can't even be good for humanity.
Yeah, it's de-evolution. We're devolving,
You know,
de-evolving,
Sam the movie up, but
disevolve.
hey man, I do want to get like save some time for like
No, no,
the
we
side we went
definitely.
over. I'm like I looked at
Nah,
the
no,
time like
love,
it's ten
love.
thirty.
I'm so grateful I got to catch you and we tapped in, bro.
Yeah, man, it's been great, man. It was good. Now I do want to say because we're actually according to this 1 hour and 43 minutes in, um,
Yeah,
which is great. Um,
I'm like we usually.
but yeah, it's just we're cutting it too late for the day. Definitely, we both got trying not to OD, yo. Trying to we could go for hours, and then I'm trying to get to bed at a decent time, and I have been. And since we're
Amen,
not
amen.
100%, we should probably do that anyway. So,
Love,
all
man.
right, man. But I mean, we could leave if you're.
I
I mean, I
feel
feel like
good
we
with
were
where
having.
we at.
I do think we were just having like lasting thoughts right now, so that was good anyway in terms of like the energy, uh, getting people. We don't want to watch. We don't want people to just stand by and watch the world burn. I think, and I don't think most of us do. I think we
No.
need to tap into that though, that spirit, and let it guide us. Let's not just watch the world burn. Well,
Yeah, and do what you can. If you feel overwhelmed, I wouldn't act on that overwhelming emotion. I would, you know what I'm saying? I
take a
guess
break. Take a break. If you have to,
take a
sit
break
down
for
for a
sure.
while and get back to it. If you're feeling overwhelmed, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And as men, I do understand that a lot of people want to bang, push through, and that feels masculine to many of us. But again, our bodies don't know that. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with manhood. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I really do believe that. So sometimes you just need rest. Like I coming from being sick, trust me, there's a lot of things I wanted to get done that I didn't get done that I just didn't, I couldn't preoccupy my mind with, you know what I'm saying? Or else it was going to make me feel worse, honestly. And not physically, it would be mentally worse. So I had to just accept where I was and heal. And there's beauty in that too if you just allow yourself to act. Sometimes I would leave people with this. Sometimes you don't know everything.
mm,
You just don't know everything, and allow that to be a playful reminder, not something to haunt you. You know what I'm saying? Tap into the unknown in a playful way with your imagination, and see that you can actually like make choices and wait and see things that you didn't expect to happen, and it could be good. You know
yeah,
what I mean? A
yeah,
lot of times I hear people be like, "Oh, if I didn't get it done, it wouldn't happen." Well, why don't we play that scenario out? If you don't mind, right? Don't do the dishes and see, right? If it's not that you have to do the dishes because you're the woman or because you see it, maybe sometimes you're doing it too fast, moving too fast, and taking the responsibility and putting that pressure on yourself.
right,
Because man, I love doing dishes. Anybody could do dishes, but if you have a person around you who just thinks that they got to do the dishes or that they don't got to do the dishes. Now we're playing into these gender roles, and a lot of us subconsciously box ourselves in. You know,
mm-hmm.
it's not a problem to not know something. You know what I'm saying? Because from the from I think is it from New York? Fuck around and find out.
Yeah,
Yeah, is it? So love, bro. Appreciate you, man. It was a great conversation.
yeah,
Uh,
man. Appreciate you
you
too,
know,
man. I played the
yeah,
hand claps real quick. The
gang,
what's
gang.
this, man?
If I feel better, more better as the week goes, definitely ain't gonna be tapping into work. Maybe we could get in on Friday or something like that, and
For sure.
for a musical session.
Yeah, man. It's about time we put one up. All right,
Love,
man.
love, love.
Have a good night, y'all. Till next Monday.
God bless.
Peace.
Yeah. One. Try.